that. So it'll be pretty cool to, play in that stadium. Have my family there to support me.
Our next question comes from Azubi Charles at Kane Sport. Azubi?
Hey Tyler, just wanted to ask you a little bit about last game. You threw for over 300 yards, a touchdown. Obviously, didn't get the win, but still a good game for you. Do you think that matchup kind of helped boost your confidence a little bit back up and kind of get your mind right heading into BC?
Yeah. Like I said last week, I was in a really good mind space. Really understood what the life lesson that, God was teaching me through those past few weeks, and really took accountability for it, and use that opportunity as another opportunity to go out there and just have fun. Just put everything in perspective. I'm the quarterback at the University of Miami. Having fun playing quarterback. So obviously, there's no moral victories. Wish we could have got it done and won the game, but yeah, it definitely feels good. To kind of play my game again.
As a reminder, if you have a question, please use the hand raise function. Next, we'll go to Susan Miller-Degnan from the Miami Herald. Susan?
Hey, Tyler. Now that the season's coming to a close, I have a couple questions, but have you decided your future plans? I know you have different options. Are you returning to Miami?
Still day to day, focus on just this practice, tomorrow's practice, and then obviously the game on Friday. So just staying in the moment. That helps me play my best football. Stay in the moment, not thinking about the future. So yeah, just stay in the moment right now.
Is that a decision you make with your family when it comes time?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a decision everyone, makes with their family. No matter what situation you are in, whether it's taking a new job, in the corporate world or whatever, you talk to people that you're close to and see what the best options for you are, I guess.
And then the other thing is just this season, it's been tough for you. And I know we talked about that last week, but and you had a great week last week. I mean, how would you evaluate? Is it tough to evaluate as a whole? I mean, just when you're looking back at this year?
Yeah, I mean, definitely a lot of ups and downs. Started the year off really well. Game 5 and 6, kind of, had a couple turnovers, but didn't think I played terribly bad. And then obviously the Virginia and NC State game weren't great, so played well last week. So it's been really up and down. Playing quarterback, you gotta, have that consistency week in and week out, and I definitely understand that. And yeah, just looking back at that valley in the season, definitely been just up and down. Some good moments, some not so great moments, and just got to learn from those bad moments, and continue to persevere and just keep going, keep working hard.
Okay, Josh, I have one more if you don't mind. This week's kind of a weird week, the short week, and then you're traveling and it's Thanksgiving and stuff. How tough is it to like be on that rhythm? And yeah.
Yeah, I know tomorrow we have a Thanksgiving lunch that we're all gonna have together here, and that'll be fun, cool, and then it's gonna be our normal preparation. Flying up there on Thursday, um, doing our walkthroughs and meetings at the hotel at night, and then waking up the next morning and getting ready to roll that day.
Okay, thank you.
We'll go back to Adam Lichtenstein from the Sun Sentinel. Adam?
Hey again. So, yeah, just looking at BC themselves, what stands out about, their, what do we call it? It's their defense.
Yeah, they're actually a really good team. Watching the film, and have really, really good players. Some guys in the secondary are banged up, and the guys that came in and filled in for them are doing a great job. Their front seven are really good, experienced players. So, yeah, it's going to be a tough matchup. I mean, going up there in the cold weather, some guys are used to that, but some aren't. So we got to bring our best game. Be tough, physical throughout the entire game, and then we'll be good.
And you are one of those guys, I guess, more used to playing in the cold. Did you give any advice to, guys who might have been lived most of their lives in South Florida, advice about playing in, 40, 45-degree weather?
Yeah, I told some people, as long as it's not windy, everybody will be pretty warm because it's a 12 o'clock game. It'll be like 47 around 50 degrees. So as long as the sun's out and it's not windy, you should be all right.
Yeah, it's not as bad as it looked earlier in the week where it looked like it might be like 35, 40 degrees instead of 45, 50. But
Exactly.
last question I got, I know the season's not gone perfectly, according to plan. Just how big of a difference momentum wise, whether you're back next year or not, but for everyone on the team to kind of end the year on a high note, get a win in this game, then potentially in a bowl game, as opposed to, kind of ending the season on a downer.
Yeah, it'd be huge for this program. To end on a high note. Finish the season. 7-5, and continue to go to the bowl game and hopefully get a win there too. So it'll definitely be big for the program.
Next, we'll go to Barry Jackson from the Miami Herald. Barry.
Hi, Tyler. Regardless of whether you stay at UM next year, turn pro, or go to another college, can you say with certainty that you would play in a UM bowl game?
Like I said before, in this present moment right now, when I start thinking about the future, that's when I don't play my best football. So, just taking this day hour by hour, worry about the next practice and then just focus on this game. So, that's all I'm worried about right now.
Thanks. Good luck.
Thank you.
We'll wrap up for Tyler with Azubi Charles from Kane Sport. Azubi.
Hey Tyler, we're gonna talk to Mark, today as well too. Just ask his quarterback, just where have you seen him grow, throughout the season? He just, had a career day against Louisville. Just what have you seen from Mark Fletcher this year?
Yeah, I mean he's a beast. Gonna be is a special player right now, but only a freshman. Gonna be a real star in college football within the next year or two. He gives it all. I mean, running over people, has a speed, really good out of the backfield. His hands are good. Yeah, he's a beast. Really good kid too. Very humble and understands that he has to keep going and working hard. So yeah, that kid has a bright future, and I'm very proud of him for persevering through the season. Obviously, he was banged up early in the year and came back and had two 200-yard games, and he's going to keep doing that. So yeah, very good player.
Good. So, I mean, coming off that game on Saturday, obviously, you guys would have wanted the win, but you had a very good performance. Just what's the reaction been like, friends and family texting you, I'm sure calling you. What's that been like for you?
Oh, they just supporting me, saying how far I've come. They're just saying that they're proud. Like just how you said, they know that I wanted to win. I'm a winner, but individually, they are just telling me that I did great. But I just want to win.
And speaking of, how far you've come and stuff, just coming up on the end of your freshman year in college, has it, been what you expected? How would you, what would you say about, your freshman year as a whole?
Um, it's kind of what I expected, kind of not, because I didn't expect to get injured, miss a couple games, but I knew that I was going to be involved early, and I just wanted to be a part of Miami and just help my team in any way, shape, or form. And I believe I did that to the best of my ability, and I'm still going to continue to do that as we come into this final week.
Next, we'll go to Azubi Charles from Kane Sport. Azubi.
Hey Mark, just from the beginning of the season till now, just where do you feel like your game has progressed? Because last week we saw you making guys miss in the backfield. You're catching passes out the backfield. Just where do you feel like your game has progressed the most, and what have you really learned about yourself?
Really, I just had to get comfortable, adjust to the game speed. Things move quicker now at the next level, and I just have to just get adjusted. And I'm still adjusting, to be honest. Just staying on my keys, listening to coaching. Like when you're switching to a new level of football, you just have to get adjusted to it. So that's where I'm at right now. I'm just working on myself.
Our next question comes from David Wilson of the Miami Herald. David.
Hey, Mark, kind of going off that, looking back at like some of your highlights from the other night, a lot of those runs are, you have a reputation as being a big guy who can run over people, but a lot of those runs, you're not even getting touched on some of them. And obviously you caught a pass on a wheel route. Do you kind of like showcasing that part of your game too, and showing that you're maybe a more complete back than people might think just looking
Yes,
at
sir.
you, your size?
Yeah, yes, sir. Most definitely. I love showing them that I could do more things than just be a power runner. I just want to show all my capabilities any chance I get. And I'm just happy that Coach Dawson schemed it up where I was able to do that. And I just want to continue to show people more.
Next, we'll go to Marcus Benjamin from Keynes County. Marcus?
What's going on, Mark?
What's up, boss? How you doing?
Doing good, doing good. Just wanted to ask about the culture at Miami. I know you've only been here since the summer, but how would you describe the culture at Miami?
I'll describe it as we're family, point any fingers and we're just in this together. Hard working, tough love, and just people who just want to get better each and every day. That's coming from the staff, from the players. Everybody like this. There's no individual stuff. The culture is just very tight. We just all stick together through hell, through rain, through anything.
Next, we'll go to Susan Miller Degnan from the Miami Herald. Susan?
Hey, Mark.
How you doing?
I'm good. So a couple questions. One is, you guys are 6-5 now. You could end up with a losing season, a winning season. It's crazy. The difference it would make to finish on a high note. You know what I mean? In perception, the way people feel, and also just the whole program. What kind of difference would it make?
Feel like we'll have a better taste in our mouth. Obviously, we wanted to have a better record, but that's all in the past now. But yeah, we want to finish strong. It's gonna be a great game, tough battle. Boston College, they're a great team. We're just gonna have to put everything together to finish this last one. We know what we're capable of, and we have to finish strong, and that's what we're going to do.
Okay, so you're a South Florida guy, and there's a few South Florida guys on this team. And I don't know I asked you about this the other day, but I don't know like the coldest weather you've ever played in. And it's not going to be horribly cold, but Boston is kind of a cold place. What have you heard about it? Have you ever played in the cold? I don't know. Just tell me about that.
Played in cold weather, like probably a little bit in high school, going out of town, nothing below like the 30s, bro. But we're just excited for it. Yeah, we know it's gonna be cold, but we're just excited to play. We always excited to play. We're gonna give it our all, no matter what. If it was the hottest day or the coldest day.
Okay, and also just happy Thanksgiving, and what are you thankful for?
Oh, happy Thanksgiving to you too. And I'm just thankful for family, thankful for my friends, thankful for God just giving me another day to just be a hurricane. I'm just thankful for you all being here. And I'm just thankful. Everything.
Thank you. That's a first. Thanks.
We'll go back to Azubi Charles from Canesport. Azubi?
Hey, Mark, my last question for you. With the year coming to an end, a lot of the 2023 classes had a real big impact on this year's teams. Yourself, Rueben Bain, Damari Brown, the list goes on. Just what are your thoughts about the impact that you guys had, and what would be your message to guys coming in that 2024 class that are considering Miami or about to come to Miami?
Don't be a fan later. You're gonna join us, come in to work, because this 2023 class, we said what we were gonna do, and for the most part, we pretty much showed that. And you 2024 who want to join us, come join in to work. So we ain't stopping now.
Good. So yeah, just looking at Boston College this weekend. I asked Jadis about this a minute ago, but their quarterback's very mobile. He gets around pretty well. Just how do you go about defending a quarterback like that?
Definitely a challenge. But not a challenge we haven't seen before this year. He is really elusive, small guy, avoids a lot of tackles, a lot of arm tackles, a lot of people trying to grab at him and stuff. But our pursuit has to be relentless. We have to get him on the ground and we have to rally the tackle. But it'll be fun playing him, man. He's really explosive on film, and I can't wait to see him out there.
And you're coming up on this is your last regular season game at Miami. I mean, What's this year been like for you? And is it everything that you expected?
Yeah, man, this has been a great experience for me, man. I'm super grateful for the opportunity to come here and play at Hard Rock and be behind some of the history that's been here. It was last week was amazing, even though we didn't end the way we wanted to. Man, it was a great atmosphere to in my last regular season home game at Hard Rock, and yeah, it's been everything I've been looking for.
Next, we'll go to Marcus Benjamin from Keynes County. Marcus.
Hey, Branson, just kind of wanted to ask about the culture at Miami. Obviously, you've played at Purdue and now Miami. What would you say is the biggest difference in the culture, and can you kind of feel the change in culture over the course of the year?
It's definitely turning over. Coach Cristobal, working diligently, um, every year to kind of get it back to where it was. But it's definitely going in the right direction, and I think we're really close. I think with all the close games and one possession games we had this year, you'll start to see it shift towards our way here in the future because the coach is definitely turning over, and we just kind of keep building it through the young guys that'll be here for the next few years. They kind of it was good for them because they kind of got a piece. They kind of got like a start to it, and they'll keep pushing it and keep turning it over. So I'm really excited to see what the future will be like, and I can't wait.
Next, we'll go to Azubi Charles from Kane Sport. Azubi.
Hey, Branson, just speaking of those young guys, in that D line room and that defense as a whole, just kind of what have been some, tips and tricks that you've been telling them throughout the season? Just what are some advice you would give them, moving forward in their career?
Can you repeat it one time? I'm sorry.
With the younger guys you just, talked about in that defensive line room, that whole defense as a whole, just what are some things you've been telling them throughout the season, and just what is some advice you'd give them throughout their career as you, move on as well?
I think, like for me, my path has kind of been similar, man. A lot of the younger guys that start for us or might be in our two-man rotation, kind of been through the storm a little bit with last year and going to this year and losing close games and almost being right there to finish. So I just keep telling them to keep pushing, man. Man, we're optimistic as a team that we're right at the ceiling, man, ready to break it open. Just stay consistent, stay grounded. Don't get too frustrated because we're right there. And hopefully next year we'll be able to finish some of these games, and it'll be a totally different story for us.
Next, we'll go to Susan Miller Degnan from the Miami Herald. Susan. Susan, I believe you're
Sorry.
on mute.
Yeah, got it. Sorry, Branson.
All good.
Okay. So, the difference, you guys are 6-5, two more games. The difference, if you finish well and you don't finish well, obviously it's a perception difference also, but what kind of, ending on a high note, what kind of difference would that make?
It'll be huge because like it'll excel us into the off season on a really good note. These last few weeks haven't gone the way we particularly wanted, but I think finishing strong is really important because it keeps our guys optimistic. It keeps our guys looking ahead for the future in a good way. So I think we really have a great opportunity to turn the tide a little bit on the end of the season because the perception to change, man. You want to get that eighth win. You get that eighth win, and it's like, man, we got over the hump. We finished strong. We got over the hump, and we're looking really good going into the future.
Okay, and then I think the last game, at least when I looked at the stats, was the first game that you guys have not gotten a sack. So how important is that to get the pressure going again? And I obviously that's probably been a big thing this week, right?
Yeah. You said you
Am I wrong?
No. You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Okay.
But I think a lot of like sacks is kind of overrated to me, man. It is a big thing that you want to get taken care of every week. But when you look at it, we pressured the quarterback a lot. We moved him off the spot. We made him uncomfortable. So we didn't particularly get a sack, but I think we affected him enough to maybe change his throws or change the game a little bit. But yeah, it's definitely a thing that we're keying on this week. We really have to get to the quarterback because this guy can extend plays and make his own plays when things break down for him. He's really elusive. He's quick. So our pursuit has to be relentless, just like every week. When we do get sacked, the game turns out a little different for us. So it's definitely a key thing that we're focusing on this week.
Okay, and then just a couple more quick things because I don't know if we're going to get you again. One thing is you're probably used to playing in the cold, right? You have to be. Yeah, I mean, anything you've told the other guys. I mean, it's not going to be horribly cold, but for them, guys who grew up here.
So we had the trip to Philly earlier, and
Yeah.
I think it won't be too much colder than that. And our guys reacted really well to it. Nobody flinched. Nobody kind of gave in to the conditions. So I don't think there's really anything to say. I think we're more focused on the fact that we have to get this win to push our culture and finish strong. So, yeah, I'm used to it. I hope everybody else is prepared to be in a dogfight.
Okay, and then the last thing is, yeah, I guess you're a sixth year, right?
Yes,
Senior year?
ma'am.
Yeah. So you guys are going to a bowl game. Do you have any philosophies on that? Would you be playing in a bowl?
So I haven't made that decision yet. I'm kind of just focused on this week. But I'm a big believer in you want to finish what you start. I'm a huge believer in that. This will also be my last bowl game and my last regular season game. So it's a decision I got to make. But I'm a big believer in you finish what you start and you go out with your teammates on a high note.
Thank you. Thank you for everything this season. You've been great.
You're welcome. Thank you, Susan.
So you've had more opportunities, in the last couple of weeks with, some guys going down. Just, how would you evaluate, your own play the last couple of weeks that you've been getting some more reps during games?
Was you asking how I think I've been playing?
Yeah.
Uh, I mean, I feel like I've been playing pretty decent. Got a couple details I could clean up, a couple of technical issues, but overall, I feel like I've been playing pretty well.
And, now that, your first season at Miami's kind of, coming to a close now, just, what's your experience been like with UM? What do you like, any surprises or anything like that?
Not really surprises. My experience been great here. I really just been staying down, trying to get 1% better every day, and that's really what I've been doing. I mean, if you go turn on the tape from last year and you turn on the tape from this year, I mean, you can see a huge amount of growth. So basically, really just getting better.
Our next question comes from Azubi Charles from Canesport. Azubi.
Go on, Jadis. I just wanted to ask you about, your development this year and just kind of, were there any guys, veterans in that DB room or maybe something you learned from Coach Adai or Coach Gidry that kind of helped you take that next step in your game?
Yeah, I learn from Coach Adai every day. Like I say, he's a great coach, great mentor too. So I really just take what he gives me every day and try to like input that into my game every day at practice.
Our next question comes from Marcus Benjamin of Keynes County. Marcus.
Hey, Jadis, just wanted to ask about just the culture here at Miami. You've obviously played at Vanderbilt. What would you say is the difference, and can you feel like a sense of the culture building at Miami?
Well, I say we're more tight knit here. Like, it's more of like a family thing. Like I say, at Vandy, we was more kind of like more separated. Everybody had their own little bubble, but here, it's like everybody is more all together. Like, outside of football, we hang out all the time. Actually, like we'll go eat maybe like twice a week. So, we just try to keep that strong communication outside of the building.
We'll go back to Adam Lichtenstein from the Sunset. Adam.
Hey again. So just, looking at Boston College this week, what challenges does their offense present? And I know one is probably the fact that, their quarterback is very mobile. How do you prepare for a quarterback like that?
And you're really just doing your job, as long as we all do our job, we'll be okay. Like you say, they do got a elusive quarterback. They got a strong running back. I mean, they're pretty solid out on the perimeter. So, as long as we just come in and play Hurricane football, we'll be good.
Next, we'll go to Susan Miller-Degnan from the Miami Herald. Susan.
Hey, Jadis. How important do you think it is to finish this season, or what kind of difference can it make for the program in finishing it positively, with a couple of victories as opposed to the alternative?
Can you repeat that?
The difference it would make in the program, everything, maybe recruiting, whatever, if you win these next couple games as opposed to if you don't win.
I don't really know. I don't really know.
That's okay. Okay. Well, I have another question for you. You're from Louisiana, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Have you played in a lot of cold weather games? Not that this is going to be super cold, but just wondering.
Back at home, no, but I mean last year, played in the Kentucky game. It was snowing there. It was pretty cold, so I say I'm used to the cold weather.
Do you feel a big difference when you've been in this heat for a long time, and then all of a sudden, I mean, obviously you haven't gone up there yet, but just in case, how do you deal with that?
I mean, throw on some sleeves, throw on coverings, anything to keep it warm. That's pretty much it.
Okay, and one more. What are you thankful for this Thanksgiving?
I'm thankful for my family. I'm thankful for the position that I'm in today. I'm thankful for Miami for giving me this opportunity, to just come play a game I love. I'm thankful for everything. Thankful for living.
Oh, I like that answer. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
We'll go back to Azubi Charles from Canesport. Azubi.
Jadis, another young DB getting a lot of playing time as of late is Damari Brown on the other side of you. Just what do you see from him, and what really, stands out about his game and everything like that?
Damari, man, he's physical, bro. For him to be, a freshman and coming in, he's physical. Like, he's one of the most physical DBs that I've really been around. And I just seeing his progression, seeing him get better from week to week, it's been a special thing because we both actually are one of the youngest guys in the room. So, just seeing him develop, us developing together, it's been a wonderful experience.